The views, comments, and opinions of the following program do not necessarily reflect those of Morris Media Studios, MorrisMediaLive.com, or its affiliates. Listener discretion is advised.
But it wouldn't be nothing without a woman. Yeah. Said one more time, this is a man's world.
Need the extra lighting?
This is a man's
Extra what?
The extra lighting.
Yeah.
I don't know, man.
It's in your contract?
Yeah.
Oh, Lord have mercy.
To show you want to show your age?
Are we on?
Yes.
Are you on? That's the
question.
That's the question. Are you on?
Phoning it in. You don't show up for practice no more.
Yeah.
Practice, man. That's what I'm talking about.
You set
practice.
the season out?
Yeah.
Trying to get a better deal?
This show sucks.
Wow.
We're back on. Hey, I'm Louis Dix.
TDP.
Jeff Arnold.
And what's the name of this?
In a man's world, tighten up your belt. You're not a man yet until John Lemon deems you as a man.
Well, Louis Dick still holds that, but I mean, you phoning shit in now.
All right, before we go any further,
Any
there
declarations
was
you
an
have to make?
extraordinary man who we lost, and we want to pay our respects to a poetess and her father.
Mr. Applejuice, who I affectionately call.
Rest in power, sir.
Rest in power. It was nice of Aaron Gladman and the 17 people to send her. She just opened her package.
Just.
There was anthrax in there, wasn't it?
I want to clarify, it wasn't Aaron Gladman.
Oh, who was it?
It was shout out. It's a secret society we have on Facebook, so I don't want to say the name.
So.
But I'll say thank you guys. It's the most beautiful gift I've ever received. Thank you.
Okay, it's the most beautiful. Well, then
they know who they are.
All right, but before we go also any further, who does the memes?
Chuck Farmer and Aaron Gladman.
Listen, Chuck Farmer, I don't know what's going on with you, but you need to slow down on all the memes with us in wigs and stuff. You need to.
I think that's Aaron.
Okay, you need to up your game. The name of the show is In a Man's World, but what I'm noticing is all the memes got us in wigs and.
I look cute, mine.
No, it's too much. It's too much. We're men, and you just need to.
That's what the show is about, not the meme world.
Well, the meme world, he needs to up his game. It's weak. When every meme has to be us in a dress or women, come on, do men memes. You know, if you got to do that. And yeah, I don't know if this is you're living, and that's fine, but you got to stretch yourself. The name of the show is In a Man's World. You can put the wigs on the girls. So slow down on
Stretch yourself?
That. Yeah, artistically.
As in kicking your leg
No,
up?
as stretch yourself as artistically. It just stops the same beat. It's tiresome. You just need to do that.
The internet world is undefeated.
I don't care.
I know you don't care.
But
just
what
letting
I'm
you
saying
know.
is that it's the same beat, and he needs to, challenge himself. So that's that. But I hope your family's well and everybody's good.
So now you about to get 2 wigs now.
And stockings.
Just enough.
Oh, wow. Coffee?
So are you saying you don't like this meme?
Wow.
Look at my hair. It's flowing.
That's just too easy. That's what I'm saying.
Well, football season is.
But that's comedy 101.
Nah, it's
That's
basic.
comedy 101. You put a man.
Memes
face
have nothing to do with
on
comedy.
Evidently
Yes, they
not.
do.
Evidently
shit is
not.
funny.
That's not funny. That's weak.
You're the head cheerleader. You're upset
Hey,
about
come
that?
on, man.
Your hairline
Let's
is-
do better than that. Let's
you
do
know.
better than that artistically. That's all I'm
That's an
saying.
old meme.
Out of all the stuff that you can go
What
do.
about that one?
It's just, come on.
Oh, wow.
You don't have a wig on there.
That's funny.
That's funny. You approve?
That's funny.
You approve that one?
Just stop with the wig stuff.
Oh,
Just softening black men up. That's enough of that.
That's society. That's not the meme.
And that's my point.
Well,
We
that one's
keep,
cool. That's manly.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
Look at
That's
you.
Philly all day right there.
stop.
Oh.
You don't have a wig on that one?
I have a wig on my chin.
You don't have a wig on that one?
The old gay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
but you make them
right.
gay. It's so weak. It's just weak. I mean, gay jokes are tired. Okay, so we lost Burt Reynolds.
So?
Florida State.
Yeah.
Tallahassee. Seminole.
Yeah, so he cut in on the Trump news.
Big time.
But
Big time.
and what was funny is Mary Lou Henner. They interviewed her,
Yeah.
and they were trying to rush her off. She was trying to get her 15
Right,
minutes.
right,
Well, thank you. And let me tell you something else he said. Hey,
We're done.
you were the only person left that we called. So, it's funny how that was funny.
He had a long relationship with
Lonnie Anderson.
Sally Fields, though.
Yeah,
Not only married.
yeah, he went through a few of them.
Sally Fields.
He went through Burt with
They had good magic together.
Yeah.
though, whether they were together
Smokey
or
and the
not.
Bandit.
Sally
Yeah.
Fields, Lonnie Anderson.
Anderson.
She cost him though.
Yeah.
That divorce.
That divorce,
They said
yeah.
he
He
ended
had
up
to pay.
bankrupt.
Yeah.
But
He never recovered from that one. Huh?
Yeah, that was a tough one.
No, that was funny when Burt Reynolds, when he did Johnny Carson, and they was talking about that. And then Johnny was like, "Oh, your first one, huh?" Johnny was like,
Yeah, Johnny went through him, but Johnny had that divorce money.
man, he had 4. He was paying 4.
Hey, man.
Johnny had divorce money though. Johnny on Burbank, he was
Yeah.
good.
Yeah.
He was good.
Yeah.
He was selling suits,
Hey.
But that love will cost you.
He was good friends with Walter Payton, too.
Who?
Burt.
Yeah, he was a football guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was a football
So that's the thing. It's interesting that you fall in love and and like somebody told me that the woman's thing is undefeated down there.
guy. Mm-hmm.
What is that?
The vagina.
Oh, the pussy. You can't say that.
I said vagina.
I said
Um,
pussy. What
okay,
sounds
whatever.
better?
Vagina.
The thing.
Pussy.
The thing.
The thing.
Did they tell you that before you got married?
You don't hear all that when you going through it.
It's a silent.
Yeah, you focused on, it's myopic. You're focused on that that your heart. Your
You
heart
followed your heart.
your heart gets big and just clouds everything.
Okay.
Your heart puts earmuffs on, covers your eyes, and it's the feeling that you're mesmerized
The
by.
emotional.
Yeah, that's the word.
Okay.
You're so emotional and everything is tingling, and you just don't. You might have glimpses of it when you're by yourself, and you see some reality, but you snap right out of it.
Okay.
But then when does the realization set in?
What?
The realization.
You need a sedative?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I'm sick, yo.
I'm
like-
with you, Jazz.
Realization. You just-
Realization. I'm like Trump, anonymous. Anonymous. No, when does it set in?
well, it sets in when it's real. When
Or when you allow it to be real? Because some people fake through it.
Yeah, but
For a long
it's when you
long period of
accept
time.
it. You go through the stages of grief, and you get to that point of acceptance.
But you
You
made
go
a
through denial and all that. Mhm.
you made a very good point when you say there's moments of it where you snap out of it. And those moments, did that come to fruition? That moment that you snapped out of that really took place?
Well,
Going forward?
keep in mind, it's everybody brings baggage, and then
Okay.
sometimes people leave their baggage open. You can actually see it,
Okay.
and sometimes you go through it, but then you don't really know what it's attached to.
Okay.
So-
the tentacles.
Yeah, so you look at, you might ignore the family dynamics, as a man, if you can see if it's if there was a man in that family dynamic, if the women in that family respected men,
Okay.
if there was a leader, then they know how to deal with you.
Okay.
If you coming into it as
Somebody
a leader.
you can connect to.
Right,
that.
so they don't see you as a foreign object.
Right.
Right.
You know, so where all the women fight you because they're not used to being loved like the one that you choose to love, and then they chip away at her because her loyalty is to her family because her family got her there.
Right.
Just like you as a man, you know, you same thing. It works both ways. As a man, it's how you're groomed and what kind of man you want to be.
Yeah.
You see what kind of man your father was, your uncle, and then you actually, I believe, you choose pieces of people that you say, I want to emulate that.
Right.
You know, I want to be a good man.
Aaron Gladman did break that down to us, the pieces of men that he took to be in his life.
Right.
He called it.
But now it's kicking his butt. He has to, you know, from the last time we talked to him, because of what his wife is going through.
A change.
Yeah, he really has to
deal with that.
Right, but he's probably leaning, I don't know, but I'm assuming he's leaning on his faith.
Right. Oh, for sure.
You know, but he, you know, depending on the baggage, his wife, now it's open. Because once they get comfortable, they open their bags, and the bag is all over the house. You know, and then you gotta put your, you know, certain men, you have to be consistent with women.
Okay.
With what you're going to accept and what you're not going to accept. And that has to start early. It's just like a child. You know, you're not going to, I'm going to watch football every Sunday. That's what I do.
Right.
And we're going to start that early. So in our relationship, when we start dating, you know where I am on Sunday. I'm going to this bar. I'm going to hang out with my buddies. I'm going to watch football.
Okay.
Now, when we get married, I'm doing the same thing.
But can they come along, though?
Yes.
Once you get married or during the dating process?
Yeah, if they want to, if you're that kind of, I mean, if you're not doing anything unnecessary, they should be able to come along. If you're there for other reasons other than watching football, you don't want them there.
Right.
But if you're seriously about your team, then she puts on a jersey and she comes and she enjoys it and brings her girlfriend because that's what it's about.
Right.
It's that atmosphere.
Right.
But if you're going into a situation where you're trying to get somebody or do something else unnecessary, then you wouldn't want them there.
That's very important that you say that. It's like, these are the things I do, and you're welcome to come if you like. So is it, like you say, going to football on Sundays to the bar, if you like to come, you can come. Whether I'm going to play poker or the casino or to the club, you're not welcome there. So are there things you can still have that they're not?
Well, if it's a man themed thing, bar is public.
Right.
But if I'm going to my buddy's house and we every Sunday, first Sunday in the month, we play poker with the guys. Well, that says it.
Okay.
I'm going to play poker with the guys.
Okay.
Now, if I do that, and you have to establish that early.
That's what I'm asking.
Right. So if we're dating, you know, the first Sunday, I'm playing poker with the guys. Now, you can question, because women will try to question it and say, hey, listen, do you have to go? Or they'll try to set something else up.
Exactly, right.
To say, we got to go do this.
On your first Sunday.
Right.
Yeah.
But you're like, no, I told you this is what I do. Now, she'll get upset and fuss, but she'll eventually accept it. And then she'll start telling her girlfriends, girl, why don't you invite? No, because he does his thing on Sunday.
Right.
And she starts cheerleading that's what he needs. Like my sister allows her husband to go to Alaska fishing with his buddies.
That's the one that built the house?
Right. That's something he does. Now, he's been doing that, so she can't argue that.
Right.
But you
And
gotta
she's
change
smart enough to let him
Can
know.
we change the one word in that, though?
What?
Allow?
Yeah, that's a little.
Well, when I use the word allow, that means
It's agreed upon.
It's agreed upon, and she's not going to give him flack.
Okay.
She's allowed. She's accepted that.
It's like a holiday on the calendar. It's not.
Right. It's same thing with you as a man. If your girl, you have an agreement. I allow her. You know, yeah, it sounds weird saying I'm going to allow her, but yeah, you do, because you cannot allow by fussing and cussing.
Well, can we substitute the word? You know, it's a choice she made.
That who made?
It's a choice that he wants to go fishing.
No, he's been doing.
No, he's been doing. That's what he does.
That's his routine.
That's where a lot of men are getting out of establishing what they do.
Right. I mean, I
to
get it, but
to satisfy a woman's emotions.
Right.
Where I say, if you get it in the beginning, so she can deal with those emotions and work through them, talk to her mom, talk to her girlfriends, find something else to do.
No, I mean, I
So
get it.
she's
I
not
understand
giving
it,
you
yes.
flack.
Right. But you're going to always get that flack, though.
Like you said, it's talking to their girlfriends who chip away at that.
Right.
Exactly.
What you do.
No, but you don't have to always get flack. Again, if you establish it up front between you and her, she might have attitude,
Always.
but the
Because
bottom
then it
line is
comes
she's
in-
going to say, have a nice time. And she then in turn is going to find something to do that week,
Right.
which my sister does. She takes that week, and her daughter they get to do whatever they want without him
Right.
around.
Exactly. It's a great thing.
Right.
Yeah.
So, but a lot of women don't want you to, like, it's a saying that whenever you go on tour as an artist and you're married, you don't report how great a time you're having.
Never. Never.
No.
You don't say,
I'm
hey,
having a wonderful time.
Yeah,
This is
it's
the
like
best
things
time.
are all right, it's tough, I have to get up early and all that.
Right.
Because their mindset is,
That you
and
out partying.
again, it's how they were groomed.
But the mindset has nothing to do with the grooming. I hear what you're saying because the mind will travel.
Right, but it travels back to how your mom, your sister, and everybody else's relationship. Because it's really tough for women, and I'm being general as you always say, it's tough for women to focus on themselves. They're so busy focused on all the other women's stuff, and they can never bring what they bring to the party.
And then the mind also travels to foreign places, too. Because that's when the outside entities come in. That's when the other person comes in and say, oh, well, you know what he's doing out there. Don't be fooled.
Well, that's
by that.
her dealing. That's why you have to eliminate ignorant friends. That's why you have to surround yourself. That's why you have to surround yourself with good people and limit them. You can't have a bunch of new people because they bring in their baggage.
But the world is not doing what you're doing, so their friends are definitely not going to be doing what you're doing. So everything
And
will
they're not
be
gonna
chipped
understand
at. It will,
Right, and that's why and sometimes as a man, you have to recognize when her girlfriend is trying to bring baggage into your house.
Right.
Hey, that bag can't come in here. Which is, when I say bag, I mean that attitude.
Right.
No,
We don't do that here.
Right.
And sometimes you have to insult and say, "Hey, look, I don't like her. You can hang with her, but I don't." Because women will do it in a minute. I don't like him. He can't come in my house.
Right.
Oh, I know.
So,
Yeah.
but when you have that's my friend, and you can tell right away when a girl is not a good friend of your girl or your wife or your spouse.
You feel it.
You're like, all right, the first way you feel it is when you know you can hit it.
Yeah.
Easily.
Yeah.
You just know she's not your friend. And you can't tell your wife or your girlfriend that.
I think
Yeah.
you can. I think you can.
You should be able to.
Because you already know, like you just said, you know you can hit it. But the reason why I know I can hit it, I'm going to tell you that I know I can hit it because I don't like her.
Right.
So I'm telling you that
Right.
from the giddy up.
Right.
I want nothing to do with her. So whenever the twist come or whatever, I already told you that.
Right.
Right. Right.
So
Because
that's
you
how-
know it. Because as a man, you know it's coming.
Right.
I
But-
know your fallout is coming with
But
her.
a lot of guys are afraid to say that, knowing that could happen.
backlash of it,
because
yeah.
they don't want that argument with their girl instead of just saying, all right, yeah, I don't like her, I can hit that. But so she has to believe you telling her because you told her.
Right. And that's one of the issues we're having now in modern day men. They're scared of the conversation with their woman.
Yeah.
They're
Yeah.
scared to have the man. I'm a man and I know what I know.
Right.
And
Right.
this is what's going on. That goes back to when they say it's important that a man raises his son after a certain age because he's going to teach him certain things that you women just can't teach him.
Right.
And same thing with you with my daughter.
You can cross that boy over from boyhood to manhood.
You know,
Only a man
but
can
there's
take him across that
a
bridge.
fear and a hesitation that modern day men will not have that conversation with their woman that they supposedly want to spend the rest of their life with and love.
Because they don't want that confrontation. They don't want that. You think
backlash of it,
who
the
you think you
repercussions.
are to even say that you can have.
Right, because one of the reasons, some of the times, it's because they've never had that conversation with their father.
Yeah.
Like my daughter, I've had candid conversations with her where she's tried to go back and forth, and I'm like, no, Peyton, that's not what's happening. This is what I'm seeing, and so you have to respect that.
Right,
I'm not going
right.
to go back and forth with you.
Because
Same
I
thing
love
with-
you. I'm not just
right.
telling
and
you
like I
off the
told
street.
Peyton, I'm the only man that doesn't want anything from you.
Right.
Everyone else is trying to get something from you.
Right.
Right.
I'm not that guy.
Right.
Right.
All right? I'm the guy that loves you for who you are.
Unconditional.
And that's
yeah.
the coldest thing. That information, like you just said, it's not a solid, like, I'll just ingest what you're telling me because you don't want nothing from me.
Right.
That's the hardest information to
For them
have
to
somebody.
swallow, yeah. Yeah.
For them to swallow.
Right.
Is that information.
Right. And that's why it's important. And a lot of times, if a man is coming into a relationship shortchanged, it's hard for him to have that conversation because he's not standing on his 2 feet and he's not, in a strong position.
Right.
And that's because a lot of times, and we are living in a time now where women are economically ahead of a lot of men. And they think that they have scrotums and all that.
Well,
And in some cases they do. Because men are, right now, we need to really work on who we are. We just, and because the ones like us are foreign in certain situations because, we tell the truth. Example, I was at, they had that festival at Leimert Park this weekend.
oh,
Yeah, and Ramona Stevens had a show Monday.
Oh, okay.
So this was this was a tail end. I got to the festival at the tail end, and I went into some place where somebody was singing jazz.
right.
And I was just waiting for Ramona and them to get there. So I was standing, and I stood next to this woman, and at first I was kind of in front of her, but then I slid to the side because I knew I was in front of her.
Yeah.
And she said to me, and she wasn't a good-looking woman.
Wow.
She wasn't.
Okay.
She was kind
Do
of.
we have to say that part?
Yes, it was true. She's kind of mannish.
She was handsome.
Yeah, she was handsome. Shout out to Shalon.
She's very extremely handsome.
Right. And last time I saw Shalon, I gave him $50 because I use that joke all the time.
Did you?
Yeah, I pay every time I see him. I give him money because I use that
that's
joke.
Not his joke.
Huh?
That's not his joke.
Oh, that's not his joke. Oh, whose joke is it?
That's Ronaldo Ray.
Oh, okay. Well, he did, so I ain't gotta pay. I ain't gotta pay. Maybe
I'm saying
I'll send it to his wife.
Yeah, it is Ronaldo. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that is Ronaldo.
That's why Shalon just takes the money and laughs. Oh, okay. All right. Shout out to him. It's a great joke. So I slide over. Then she says, "Excuse me, brother, you're in my way." And I was like, "Yeah, I moved. I said, I just moved." That's what I said. So then I'm watching. Then she says, like, a minute goes by. "Excuse me, I didn't like the way you said that." And I said, "I just said, excuse me, I moved. So let's not take this any further. Let it go and enjoy this song."
Wow.
Do you know why she said that, though?
Why?
Just like you relate to us that she wasn't attractive, so I'm sure you gave her that energy that she wasn't
Yeah.
attractive.
No, I didn't. I just
Yes,
said
you
simply.
did.
Yeah, I know you gave her the Lewis Dix, like, bitch, you ugly, get the fuck out my face.
Yeah.
No,
you
I did
You
not.
did.
Yeah,
You did.
I know you well
did.
enough.
That's
yeah.
why you said it.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
I
said
know.
I moved. So you already letting her know. Why
No,
you say,
no.
"Oh, I apologize, beautiful, for being in your way," and just give her a beautiful
Because
day.
I knew the attitude, and like I checked her. Listen, we don't have
Exactly.
to take it any further.
But see, her first mistake.
She wanted to keep
I
going.
understand. But you could have just nipped it in the bud and said, "I apologize, beautiful."
No, I wasn't giving.
But her first mistake
That's what
was she
I'm saying.
touched you.
Huh?
That was her first mistake.
What?
She touched you. That was her first mistake.
Yeah, I don't like
ugly.
ugly women. I don't like ugly women touching me.
That was her first.
Or
mistake.
handsome women.
Yeah, this is like, bitch. Wait a minute, hold on.
I'm like, you too
I just-
handsome.
So you fueled that fire. You fueled that.
No,
fire.
because I didn't even. And then because she was, I could feel the steam coming off of her.
Exactly.
Oh, yeah,
And she can feel it coming off you too.
No, I was chilling.
Your body language said it all.
If you can feel it from her, she
Yeah.
can feel it from you too, LD.
All right. Well, I didn't care.
I know.
Okay. Well, she didn't care
Yeah.
either to respond
That's
to
why
you
she
like
tapped
that.
you and said, you know,
She cared.
she
You gonna make her care, huh?
she cared. And I know that wasn't
in
right.
that condescending way and all of that. I already know that shit.
Looking down on her. I know she was
Yeah,
shorter than you.
Yeah, she was short. She was
Yeah.
short and thick.
Oh, then he gave it a ups and down
Yeah,
look.
you
And
did all that.
I didn't do all that.
like-
Gave her the condor
I
eyes.
sincerely did not.
Did
And my
that.
tone was soft. I was very.
Nah,
I played that one.
that was that Louis
But-
Dix.
But
Like, bitch, you should be privileged that I did step aside. That was that look. I know. I've been there.
I wanted to say you should have grew taller, but that's just what as men we just need to speak up more. Hey, 323-293.
For what?
3375 323-293 3375 is the number. We're here It's Friday, what's the 7th? September. My mom's birthday was 2 days ago.
Oh, happy belated birthday, Moms. What'd she do?
I'm a dick.
She chilled, sent her some money, and she was happy, so she probably at the casino right now.
She still with her chef boyfriend?
No, she kicked him to the curb. I found out some information about Mr. Curtis.
Oh, Mr. Curtis. Did what? He was a player?
He was a player. He was trying to play her because he didn't have...
trying to get some money.
Because I didn't know he was living with her.
Wow.
So my mom kicked him out because he was... And he 81, trying to be a player. And my sister was like, Mom, he just didn't want to live like that. And I was like, live like what? You know, with him all up in the place. I said, oh, he lived there? So...
Did you get jealous?
How does an 81-year-old cheat?
I don't... Slowly?
Because my Aunt Betty, rest her soul, she was still dating while she was in her 80s. And she would always say, don't come over my house empty-handed. You better bring a hamburger or some beer or something. So
Wow.
I know they weren't doing anything but probably eating hamburgers and drinking beer.
No, I think they still... You know,
What?
I think they... I think
they still fucking?
They still 81.
What?
They
I'm
do
gonna bring this meat with no bun.
They still... I mean...
Do you think your mom is still giving up the...
I don't want to think
The
about
nappy
that.
dugout.
Yeah.
So, I
I
mean...
told my mom when she came with her boyfriend, I'm like, y'all up in there fucking and whatnot. Stop.
What? You said that to your mother?
Yes. I have a great conversation with my mom. My mom knows I'm real. She
That's a little too real.
Yeah.
That's a little too real.
No, it's not.
Mr. Curtis is out of there, huh?
Is Curtis gone? Got that key
I
back?
mean,
How
how
long?
did she went through his cell phone? How did she find out? Like,
I don't know. I just know that he was gone. She didn't want to deal with it no more, and I don't think...
I'm too old to be catching something.
he ain't, he didn't have a place to stay.
Put no Parkinson's in my pussy. Got my coochie just shaking all day.
I'll be bringing your dementia ass around here calling me the wrong name.
that's what happened. He accidentally called her the other
Called her the
woman's
wrong
name.
name.
Called her Lucille.
Because
You know, Lucille be
forgot.
giving me some of this Medicaid check and shit, all of that. That's all right, though, play.
There's a lot of time either men or women talking in their sleep, man. You on a whole nother rendezvous.
Yeah.
And my dad used to do that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I was told by someone I used to talk in my sleep, but then I stopped that.
How you
How
know?
you stop it? Yeah.
Huh?
How you know?
Did you put a period behind it?
No, I just mentally stopped it. I don't know how.
A lot of people get a lot of information in
when you
somebody's sleep.
Yeah.
But yeah, just walk in
Yeah.
like
We
you
ain't
own the
doing
joint.
that.
Yeah, like you own the joint.
That's your bodyguard?
What's up, man?
You need to fire him.
Yeah.
He's supposed to come in first. Guess we in here shooting.
So yeah. Also,
Very telling. Very telling.
81,
so-
you get put out at 81. Your game is, like, really bad. Where do you go from there? It's like,
I
damn.
guess you can't go to your mama's because she probably dead. So
How does an
you know.
81-year-old...
I mean, that's what you think about it, and I'm sure that's part of the issue with getting older. It's like, where are you going to land? Who's going to take care of you? And I think that's a real issue for a lot of elderly people, and is in, 20, 30 years, and you 80, 81.
But look at his life, though. That's telling of his life, though, that, but he's still going through the games and all that at 81. I mean,
So what age should a man have himself together to where he doesn't have to go through that?
You're going to go through something.
I mean, we
You gotta
all
go
go
through
through,
something.
we all go through a financial setback. We all have that.
Right.
We all suffer that. But it's to a point where you should be able to have the bare minimums of life.
Like my dad always said, you
Shelter,
gotta have,
food.
you gotta have a shelter, you gotta have a place to
Food,
live.
Yeah, clothing.
Yeah,
you
you
should
gotta
be
have
able
a
to
place to
provide
live.
that for yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You got a place to live and food and clothing. You don't need a lot of clothes, just as long as they clean.
Especially as you get older.
Right.
I mean, you go through that where, like, I'm comfortable with this.
Right.
I don't have to do the dress thing no more. I don't have to impress. You know, I'm going out like that. Long as my, you know, my attire's clean,
Right.
you know, my gym shoes are nice, I'm good.
So, and is it also important to what kind of friends you have?
At 81?
I mean,
Well, as you get older, I think your friends, you know, they decrease instead of increasing.
so what
I
is
think
is it?
because
Is your
you-
friends more important or your family?
I think you have to find that balance. I think you have to find that balance because you're only gonna hang with someone that you know, that you're doing shit with. You
Some
know, if
people
you
just
go-
said fuck people all together, just get an animal, a pet.
yeah.
You know what? I was thinking the other day, man. And I don't know what's happening in other states, but in California, these dogs are living great.
Man,
These dogs are living great, man.
Hey man, you know what?
These dogs, they got people going out cleaning up after them. I mean, just they getting food ordered, they getting their food cooked on the stove.
yeah.
Man, these dogs they clubbing now.
They got dog hotels,
Yeah.
dog spas.
The last Friday,
Parks.
a woman literally, check IDs at the club.
Mm-hmm.
She literally bought 3 dogs in.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, you know, this is a nightclub bar. She's like, I know. I come here all the time. I'm like, well, no, you don't, because I'm here on the weekend. She's like, well, no, I come throughout the week. But these are my service dogs.
Yeah.
And I'm like, and you can't question them.
Mm-hmm.
You can't question
She got 3 service dogs.
That's what she said. And you
Yeah.
can't question them.
Mm-hmm.
And she lets the dog literally, like, run around in the place.
Mm-hmm. It's
And
serious out here, though.
And you sit back, and it's like, I mean, you know, I don't have a problem with animals. I'm not the greatest, biggest animal lover, but I mean, it's, you know, I think there's a time and a place.
Right.
I had an audition last week, and the dog was in the audition.
Yeah.
I'm saying my lines, and the dog is barking.
Mm-hmm.
Now, somebody bought the dog?
The person who's auditioning was their dog.
Oh, they bought see, that's what I'm saying. They bringing their dogs every fucking
So
way.
the dog is sitting there looking at me. He's like, he's not any good. I didn't like what he did.
Yeah.
I was waiting for the dog to say, could you do it over?
Right.
I mean,
This is where we at now.
In the restaurants, everything. you
I
know.
mean, this is literally.
and I'm
where
not
we-
I don't dislike dogs.
Nah,
but-
Now, do you have a problem if you go to a restaurant and someone?
Yeah,
comes
because
in
I
with
think
the
dogs
dog?
are nasty. I don't think dogs
Okay,
should be
so
around
do
my
you-
food.
So, do you think if you had a restaurant and then a person comes and sit next to you with a dog, will you change places or would you leave?
Yes, I'm gonna say, and it's. I don't know that this guy was. I was at Ralph's getting my car fixed.
Ralphie.
Yeah, and I'm sitting down, and this guy sits next to me.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if he was American or whatever. Takes his cigarette out and lights his cigarette, and I got up and walked away. And Ralphie saw it, and he's like, "Hey man, you can go in my office." But the guy didn't even care.
You know.
He's like, "Hey man, I'm smoking my cigarette." I'm like, "You should not come sit next to me." It was outdoors.
Right.
Sit next to me and light up a cigarette.
They don't care.
That's his life. That's, you know.
They walk up to you while I'm standing there waiting for them, and they smoking, and I have to literally, hey man, the smoke, can you step to the side? But I'm just trying to figure out, hey man, go to the side. Go to the side. And it's not only with that, it's with the weed, the vaping. It's all that now.
Yeah.
They feel that now because I had a woman argue with me the other night. Well, this is not smoking. Okay, I'm vaping. But you still vaping, smoke still, you can't do it inside. Well, why can't I? Well, city ordinance says, well, I haven't heard of that. They say you can't smoke cigarettes. I'm vaping. And this is what you're dealing with. Other than with the dogs and all that.
We should be allowed to slap people like once
I feel you.
every 5 encounters if they do something too stupid or you just want to just slap.
I feel you.
And then you get a pass. And they know it.
Mm-hmm.
With the
After
dumb
you
shit.
slap them, they're like, I was like, yeah, that was your one. That was your one American slap.
Because it just used to be when, like, if you walking somewhere or whatever, it was always a kid. You had to stop and let the kid run or do whatever around you. Now you got to worry about tripping over fucking dogs now.
Yes.
Little ass dogs.
Right, you used to give the kids. You realize, all right, this is the kid. I can't tell the kid what to.
Right.
Now it's the same thing. You have to have the same etiquette with the dog.
Right.
I can't tell the dog get off of me because
Right.
I'm a mean person.
Right.
I can't tell the
If you
dog,
don't- if
hey, I don't like, could you get your dog off me?
Right.
Or you
I'm
don't wanna
supposed to
pet
play
my
with the dog when
Yeah.
he comes up and all that.
You don't want to pet my dog? You don't like dogs? No, I just no.
And I'm starting to really believe dog owners start looking like their dogs.
They say that.
Yeah.
They say that.
And I know we got dog. So, hey, give us a call if you have a dog and tell us. Because my younger sister, cooks her dog's food on top of the stove.
Mm-hmm.
And Enns from the Comedy Union cooks his dog's food. Gives him steak and all that stuff.
Do y'all feel the same way about the hotels? When you go to a hotel?
And you see the dog?
Yeah.
I'm just glad to have a room long as somebody paying for it. I kind of like, whenever I'm out.
Yeah, it's like, I'm like, when they come in, I'm like, really? Yo, are you fucking serious?
I mean, it's just so common now.
It
see
is,
people with
especially,
dogs
yes, everywhere.
driving, holding them in their lap. I mean, just and even when they
Hang
walk
out the window.
dogs,
You ain't gonna make that light.
right.
And like you say, you can't say nothing because if you say something, then they're like, oh, what, you hate dogs?
And sometimes the dogs look like they're asking for help. Yo, man, this is not a good situation. Sometimes when you look at them looking out the window, they be like sad.
I always have good energy with the dogs. It's just like, they come right and like, oh, my dog really likes you. But it's like, I ain't really trying to entertain the dog. But since the dog does
Right.
like me, I ain't going to, shut him
gonna hate on
down.
the dog.
Yeah.
So you pet them?
I don't pet him. Sometimes I just put my hand out like this and just let him, sniff or,
I hate when they just like when they walk up to you and then they just start jumping up on you and you just like, like, can you get your dog, please? It's like, and they're like, oh, you don't want to pet them? You don't like animals? I'm like, I'm not in the mood for petting dogs right now. I'm cool.
Yeah,
I like dogs when
you
my
gotta
bills
be in the
are paid.
mood. Yeah, you
I
gotta
like
be in the
dogs when my
mood.
bills are paid.
Yeah.
So you dog lovers, and you're right. Dogs do help. Pets help people.
Yeah, for sure.
Pets
Do a lot, yes.
There's a lot of people,
Sure.
it's like, pets, when they get excited when you come, when you treat them. But if you would treat me like these dogs get treated, I'd be happy too to see you.
Yeah. When they get to all that, especially the little chihuahuas, they get to barking like they are fucking Alaskan Huskies or something. Like they just go come off the chain on you. Like, what are you doing all this barking for?
Yeah.
Like, your dog
They
ain't
get the little
trained. Why
puppy
you?
mittens and shit.
Yeah.
the little
And they have the
hoodie.
commercials with the dogs, the sad music. This dog is,
Right. What they used to do for the kids, now they do it for the dog.
Code 3 got a thing with dog commercial come on. She's like, that dog can't get in my bed.
That's another thing,
They in their
Dogs sleep in-
bed,
yeah.
sleep with them. Just,
It's the number one companion.
Why you keep running in and out?
Ooh. She
I
gave
can
you the
repeat that,
business.
but,
Yeah. Quickness.
And what'd she say? None of my business?
None of your business.
She funny.
And slam the door on that.
I love messing with her. She's funny. So,
where do we go from here? This world is changing, man.
yeah, the
real
world
fast.
is definitely it's a whole new world from when we were growing up.
I heard an interesting conversation.
Do tell.
It's about dating. This guy met this girl, and they had a big argument on where they should meet at. And she was,
It was their first date?
Yeah, and he was like more or less like, come by the crib. I'll make hors d'oeuvres, wine. We can. She like, no, I want to meet you in public. And he's like, but then she went straight to, the woman's defense. I'm not trying to fuck.
Yeah.
So why can't we just meet in public? But my man was telling me, he was just like, man, because he's on this online dating. He's like, I'm just trying to meet someone compatible to hang out with, just to be cool with. And the first thing, even in conversations that I've had in the past with the women, the first line of defense comes is if you invite them over, is that they automatically assume you're trying to fuck.
Right.
And it's not necessarily that.
Well, but still, first date, you don't invite them to your house. You just don't do that.
Why?
Because they don't know you. I would tell my daughter, no, you don't go over a guy's house on the first date. You don't know him.
Right.
Because if you do, it does suggest.
Does it send the wrong message?
Yeah, it suggests if I come over your house, one, I'm on your turf. Okay, because what can we do in your house that we can't do anywhere else? The only thing we can do at your house that we can't do anywhere else is sleep together. And especially if you met me online, because the majority of people who you meet online, it's all about the hookup.
Right.
It's not about the, because if you meet me somewhere else, that's where you met me. You met me out.
Right.
But if we just met, we talking, and you say, hey, come over, and I'll make you something. No, I don't
But just
know
think
you
about
like
how many times she's heard that and it went crazy.
Right.
So is it a double standard? So what if the woman invites you over?
Why would you
The
want to
guy.
go?
Well, yeah, but that's
Why would you want to go?
Yeah, but
If it's
again,
that easy,
it
why would
is
you wanna
different.
go?
It's a
It's
double
different
standard. So
because-
she's like, well, I don't feel like doing anything tonight. I just feel like chilling. So if you want to come over and bring a bottle of wine or something to drink, I'm cool with that. Most guys is like, all
Yeah,
right,
but
cool.
we are in a world of double standards.
I understand that.
That's the man is stronger. So if you on her turf, she can protect herself. She on your turf, she can't.
If you don't have a hidden agenda and you want everything to be, kosher and on the up and up, then yeah, you would go out and meet them in public and everything. And so you can display her and she can display you. And then whatever comes after that, comes after that.
Yeah, but you don't, first date, you don't be going up in no man's house.
People are getting set up out here now.
Yeah.
Oh, I know that.
Yeah.
I know
There's
that.
too many
Yeah,
crazy
yeah.
people
I
out
know
here.
that. Yeah.
And it's not enough men to protect women.
No, I know that. That's
It's
that's
back-
all, yeah.
It's not enough men to protect women. Because back in the day, if you heard a woman scream, you ran to her defense.
Mm-hmm.
Now, you're like,
You're like, oh, you filming it.
yeah,
Yeah.
more or
filming
less.
it. You
Yeah.
putting it
More or
on
less.
World Star Hip Hop.
And that's part of
Yeah.
the inconsistency of men now. We're just getting, we're just getting weak.
It's like when you're leaving an establishment and maybe a woman might be in front of you or whatever, and she walk into her car, they always give you that glance over. Is he going to try to snatch me or whatever?
Right.
I always try to ease their mind, say, I'm watching your back too. Ain't nobody coming. Go on in. Oh, it's more or less, okay, he feel what I'm feeling.
Right.
So he's in my mind.
Yeah, you have to acknowledge what they.
But some of them are like, they don't want that. Because sometimes, some guys will be like, when I walk you to your car, no, I'm fine.
Mm-hmm.
I can walk myself to my car. I'm
No,
fine.
I don't think so you don't have to ask them to walk your car, especially if you don't know them.
Right.
If you know them, yeah, you watch out for them. But if you don't know me, I'm not going to let you walk me to my car.
Right.
Well, I mean, but then
It's like when you're in that close proximity. Sometimes I can be funny and say, "Ooh, let me get my mate's house." She might turn around and try to take my money. You know what I mean?
You can do it in a humorous way, but if I don't know
It's
you,
easing the tension.
you're not walking me to my
no,
car.
I'm just saying. It just, it's all these standards. It's like some guys, are just trying to be polite gentlemen.
No, that's not being a polite gentleman. It's being creepy.
Yeah.
You don't know me to walk me to my car.
Right.
If we haven't talked, if we're at a public place, and we're talking and we've established some
I understand all the
dialogue,
variables. Yeah, I get.
right?
Yeah.
But not out of the blue. Let me walk you to my car.
Because you never know where somebody's been through or what.
Yes.
You don't know that
that
mental.
path, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just saying,
That's
Because motherfuckers are just shooting this shit now, so you just don't know what
Oh,
the
I
hell
know,
is going on.
dog, yeah.
That's crazy. You just walking into a place and go, let me make sure it ain't nothing. That's crazy now.
I mean, it's interesting. I mean, the world is so scary right now, fragile. It's just where we are. But I didn't realize he was 82, Burt Reynolds. I don't know how I got back to that. But
What did he mean to you coming up?
nothing.
Nothing.
I mean,
You weren't a fan of his movies?
not to the point. I mean, he was cool.
Mm-hmm.
He was cool. I liked him in Cherokee Kid with Sinbad.
Oh, okay. See,
I
I don't
but,
remember that movie.
You know, I mean, Longest Yard was okay.
Mm-hmm.
It was better than Adam Sandler's version.
Mm-hmm.
Much better.
The original. Yeah.
I wasn't really into the Smokey and the Bandits stuff.
kind
The
of
Deliverance.
That's what people say. Deliverance.
Yeah.
is-
But he was okay. I mean,
But look at the roles they say he turned down though.
what roles?
Star Wars,
Mm.
Die Hard,
I mean, he was rolling in the 70s and 80s.
yeah.
Mhm.
He was a man.
He was like
yeah.
he was box office king.
Yeah.
But
5 years in a row in the 70s, the highest paid actor.
so
Yeah.
and then see, it goes to show it's not a thing of color because he was broke too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It's how you manage your money.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, because it's for us regular folks, it's weird to figure out how these people go broke making so much money.
Handlers.
You know, you just like, how can you make that kind of money for all those years and then be broke?
Well, see, the first thing people don't understand is like, you know, it's like when when they look at these athletes and they're like, oh, he got like 225 million. And that's what they're looking at, 200, but they're not looking at, oh, okay, out of that 225 million, half of that the government's taking that.
40%?
Yeah, so they're not looking at the taxes and all of that. And then you putting it in investments and all of that. So people just looking at that number. So like you go back to saying, it's like it's your circle. How many people in your circle are you taking care of unnecessarily?
Yeah.
That's where you come back. You know, like my mom used to always sit back and say, you know, like, how many pair of gym shoes can you wear at one time? You only could wear.
Right.
How many cars can you drive? You know, athletes are buying, you know, all these homes. Just like when that ESPN special came out and it was cold chilling. Like the one white dude, you know, like you got 7 homes. And you in one state.
Yeah.
But I like visiting these states. You know, but the property taxes,
Right.
the upkeep and the maintenance,
Right.
the cars there. You know, people not looking at that. You know, like my man said, you know, it wasn't a large sum. And the line that fucked me up when I forgot the football player name, he was like, it ain't the large amounts that I'm giving. It's the $200-$300 every motherfucking 2-3 days.
Yeah.
That's killing me.
Right.
You know, niggas coming up with the, you know, I need $200-$300. You know, so it's that circle that you build that surrounds you that's breaking you. They, you know, they comfortable. I'm sure it's a motherfucker that was in Burt Reynolds' camp. That motherfucker comfortable.
Right.
You know, he knew what to do with his money that he was getting paid from Burt.
The thing that really pisses me off that you really can't just put the people who handle the money and stuff on blast. You just, you know, they just get this ultimate pass on stealing people's money.
Right.
You know, that's the shit I hate. So
What, that they steal?
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's like...
Because your talent and your gift affords you all these things.
Right.
So you're not attached to that like, I'm doing this to get that. What I do gets me this.
Exactly.
But the people who don't have that talent that they give are the thieves. And
Yeah.
they just take.
That's
You mean like the IRS?
Well, it's like the people that come in like, you know, I got this great business idea. Let me have this.
And they ain't
then-
from your culture. They ain't from
Yeah.
your block. They ain't from, you know what I mean?
I'm with you.
And you putting they whole family and their whole situation through life.
It's that person that gets in your ear and like, you know, well, let me have power of attorney. Because I'm going to invest your money. I'm going to put your money where you can make money on top of this.
And they walking you away from your people.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
why you got to do what LeBron and them do is, and Will Smith is educate your boys, get them in college.
And that's why they
Exactly.
so mad at them dudes. Because
Yeah.
they shook the system and did
Yeah.
it on their own.
I'm making this money, so y'all going to make this money. I'm going to give y'all a job to help, you know, to
Go
keep this
educate
money.
yourself, get your degrees, and
Yeah.
become a lawyer. And then I know you got my back.
Right.
Exactly.
Right.
So 323-293.
For what?
3375 is the number. It is, we got about 65, 67 minutes left. This show is so bad. I can't wait to go to another studio. Yeah, it's been. I know when we first walked in, you was like, "What's wrong with you?" And I'm trying to figure that out.
I'm waiting on you two.
You're not in love anymore.
No, it's not that.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, you're not that feeling.
We your bookends, man. We see
Yeah, we
what's,
know
what's
what's up.
going on.
I don't know if it's about thing about being.
Don't
in
try
love.
to prop yourself up now.
Yeah. Just 2 years ago, you was just like, I'm sitting
Man.
there, I'm like, I'm in love. It's a
You
great
came in here
feeling,
throwing
you
flowers
know,
and
yeah.
shit in the
It's just
air.
a wonderful feeling. You
Passing
know, I
out
found
candy.
That soulmate. You know, I'm happy. Louis Dix.
I never use the word soulmate.
Well, can
That's
I use
not
that
a word.
word?
Well, that's not a word I
Okay,
use.
well, I used it for you.
It's not a word.
But you was happy, though.
I'm still happy.
I don't think so.
Yeah.
Still happy.
You don't bring it here. Leave
Yeah,
it in
you
the car.
Yeah. You phoning it in.
No. No, I just think like
All you need to do is step down here and just sit back and just do the AI impersonation. Practice. We talking practice, man. Practice.
Talk about the game.
Yeah. We sitting here talking about practice, man. Practice.
and everything is good too. Everything is good. Everybody's healthy. Everybody's happy.
As your word would be, allegedly.
No, it's good, and no reason not to be happy and excited. But it is something.
You got your Hitler mustache going again. That's the problem.
It's something, and
the Hitler
that's the
mustache.
tough part about figuring. That's the tough. One of the tough things about life is figuring out what's going on inside of you, and what you might think you're missing, and
When it's hard to explain.
yeah, especially as a man, because women are allowed to have feelings, and when a man is feeling something, you're like, all right, what is it? Not in a fog, but I'm just still, and I'm still, and I don't, it's like taking my vitamins, I'm working out, got my weight back, the kids are great, so
Your comedy's on point.
yeah, you work and you just feel like, all right, it's something not there, and
There's a window open somewhere and there's a draft.
Yeah.
yeah, and you just like you can't find it. You can't,
I know.
you lay at night and you sit there and you say, what is it? And
I know.
you lay on your back, you toss and turn.
That's the universe. Because what we want
Something ain't lined up. Yeah.
what we want to be is not happening in the universe. Like they say, this shit is crazy how they trying to make pedophiles a minority class. Like, how do you
Even comprehend to think of something like that.
how do you justify that?
Yeah.
Like,
I'm confused. What's happening?
pedophiles want to be considered a minority.
Yeah.
I was born this way, just like with the whole thing with the gays and all that. I was born this way. They want a class now.
Wow.
They want their own shit. They want to be accepted. They want
Don't look down on me.
right. So I'm supposed to just sit back and go, oh, okay, you gotta have like. I'm gonna feel a certain way about that. No, I'm not.
Yeah.
I'm not cool with that. What
Yeah.
did you talk? What are you saying to me?
So we're supposed to accept the fact that you want to molest little boys or little girls.
Right.
You were born
All
like
of
that.
the elemental P's and all that whole shit. That's they they get down. So if I stand up and I stand strong and I say what I say,
You're attacking us.
you're homophobic.
Yeah.
Homo means same. Phobic means afraid of. I'm not afraid of one. No. What are you saying? But you preaching somebody else's doctrine and you don't even know what the fuck you talking about.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's the off balanceness that's going on. Because you see people just riding this shit and you still like, hold up, man, I'm on the island by myself. What's really happening here?
Yeah, and that's interesting because of that was part of I was trying to explain because that question that I opened up with about the memes was a friend of mine asked me why your show is called In a Man's World, man. Why they do so many wigs and feminine stuff towards you guys? And I was like, you know what? I can't control that. That's their style of humor. That's what they feel that they want to do. And it's not something I would do, and I agree with you, but it's a fight that, Aaron and Chuck Farman. Huh?
I said a fight you've been fighting inside.
No, see, that's what I'm saying. That's not.
No, but no.
But that's what I'm saying. As men, that's part of the world always trying to put something on us.
But look how the difference is between how you react to it versus how TDP and Jeff reacts to it.
Right, and that goes to his point.
They make jokes of it. They're
goes to his
secure in their
point.
manhood.
No, it has nothing to do with security. I have the right to feel that way.
You do.
Right.
You
so
do.
It's not my feeling is not wrong and there's not right.
No,
I'm just
I
saying that
agree.
it is funny, but now it's like that's all you got. You keep riding the same. I'm okay with jokes, but my point is that are you stretching yourself and working towards your funny and your talent by going somewhere else? Do it with a big toe meme or something like that. No, yeah, I'm just saying it's because the whole thing with black men and our masculinity is being torn all the time.
I agree with you on that, Lou.
We just and more men keep doing it as opposed to putting us in muscle shirts without the wig, lifting weights. It's like we that softness is what everyone gets to laugh at.
That's the agenda,
right?
Call in. The lines are open.
It's just
lines are silent.
Well, that's
today.
just like if you show that masculinity, it's like they want to tear it down. We gotta break you down.
Right, you being too much. That's just too macho of a but
sitting this Saturday.
Yeah.
And
they don't get that part when they send the shit at you. You know what I mean?
Right.
Oh, he defeated that. Fuck. He defeated that. Fuck.
Yeah.
Right, and without men, let's be honest, and women, but more so without men, there wouldn't be heroes. There wouldn't be people fighting wars. There wouldn't be men saving your lives. Women do it too, but the majority of men are the ones who give their lives trying to save somebody. And it's kind of like the world is like just.
You have no allies in this.
No.
In this fight. But
yet when something hits the fan, first thing y'all say, why didn't you protect us? You're a man. Why didn't you save her? Oh, okay. We supposed to take a bullet for you. Right. But yet you want us to understand somebody being a pedophile.
Don't save her.
Right. I'm not supposed to speak up on the pedophile, but I'm supposed to stop him from beating you up. I'm supposed to take your bullet.
Right.
Okay.
No, I think that's the worst thing ever is pedophilia. I mean, it totally wrecks lives. I mean, we had a show here the other day with two lesbian women, and they had been sexually abused by a family member at a young age, and then they're just, not that there's anything wrong with being a lesbian, but it really put a twisted perspective, I think, on relationships and sexuality because of the sexual abuse that went on with them at a young age.
Yeah, I mean, it's and
it should really be a crime. I mean, it is a crime now, but I think there should be stiffer punishments for that.
I mean, you look at these priests.
It went all the way to the top.
They're not. Who's protesting them? Like,
it's in their religion.
Because they were trying to say, y'all mad at Nike for Kaepernick, but y'all aren't protesting these priests that are the Catholic Church that's touching on these kids.
You're not burning up crosses.
Yeah.
What do you guys think of the whole Kaepernick Nike campaign?
Do you have it? I'm going to be honest. I haven't seen it.
Okay, I'll pull that up, but someone has already made a meme about you in the whole campaign.
Oh, wow.
And no, you don't have on a wig.
Reading something, even if it means sniffing everything. Wow.
Just sniff it.
Where did they get that picture from?
That's a nice picture, Lou.
It is.
Yeah.
It's very
You
manly.
approve of that? That's very manly.
And I'll pull up the original one.
Lou likes that picture. I don't like that.
You took it. You approved it.
You have final say.
Somebody told you to pose like that. Somebody told you to look cute that way.
Who told you that?
Photographer.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Man.
Yeah, it was a guy.
With his shirt off. Some inspiration.
There's the Kaepernick ad. Believe in something, even if it means sacrificing everything.
Exactly. Oh, it wasn't. It was just a still picture.
Yeah, that's the ad. And then Serena has one, and LeBron, and Odell.
Where's his commercial last night? You didn't see it?
Whose?
Kaepernick's.
No.
That's funny because they're going to be running through the Super Bowl. I mean, not through the Super Bowl, through football, NFL.
Well,
They're
Nike
running
had
ads.
purchased. Yeah, they had purchased the ads. Before. So.
And then they choose what content they was going to put in the ads that they already bought.
Yeah.
Advertising.
So they knew what they was doing all along. They had been paying, Colin all along.
Okay, so the argument that I'm hearing out there is that this is just another ploy for Nike to make money. They are a corporation. But on the other hand, people are like, rushing out, getting Nike product and buying Nike stock because they feel that, okay, yeah, they're making money, but they're also standing behind Kaepernick, who is, been fighting for justice with police brutality and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a great campaign. They could have did any campaign, really, and still made money. So, I don't know. What do you think it was a good move? You think it was what?
I mean, Nike took its position. I mean, they're like, we're going to support you.
What do you think of all the people that are burning the Nike?
I mean, they just...
their life is so good, that's what they can do.
Yeah.
That's amazing when your life is so good that you can focus on that. With all the things going on in the world and in your life, you have time to go burn some sneakers.
That you bought from Macy's.
Right. I don't have that luxury.
I'll look up they're saying there is a commercial. I'll look that up.
I don't have that luxury. I have other things I got to focus on.
I mean, it's the capital to even go after the situation. If the Me Too movement or whatever the movements is out there, it was like, Kaepernick, come over here with us and we're going to champion your situation. Don't wait till Nike gets involved. It's like, oh, why is this big shoe company doing this? Oh, I'm going to burn my shoes and all. Right.
But that's the whole thing. What people don't understand, and they mention it, is like Nike from day one, when he first sat down on the bench, and then the vet came over and said, that's being disrespectful. I prefer, if we come to a compromise, take a knee.
Mm-hmm.
He was endorsed with Nike.
Right.
Nike never dropped him.
Right.
That's what people don't understand.
Right.
So Nike stood with him the whole, and that's now they found out, like Nike, like, okay, yeah, we're going to put him in the face of just do it.
Right, right.
We're going to make him the face of this now.
But if you're like, that's why I wear Converse. Well,
Yeah.
Nike owns Converse.
Converse, yeah.
Oh, do they?
Yeah.
I was hoping we'd get through the day without a call. Hey, caller.
Hey, what's going on, gentlemen? I do apologize that I wasn't able to help meet that need for you, that Lou. A1 from Houston.
Hey, what's
Hey,
up?
Trey.
What's
What's
up,
up,
player?
homie? How you doing? How's the family?
Everyone's well, man. Thanks for asking, brother.
Good.
If I may, man, I just wanted to talk a little bit about the Kaepernick situation. As someone who's a huge, huge football fan, I haven't watched last year, and I plan on not watching again this year. Speaking on Nike, what I do appreciate about what they did, now, of course, we're in a capitalistic society, so we do understand what their move was. But what I do appreciate about it is that they elevated this brother's voice when so many was trying to silence him.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you brothers recall that scene on Malcolm X when Denzel Washington went down to the police department and he had control of all those brothers behind him.
Right.
And the chief of police said, wait, this is just too much power for one, person to have.
Mm-hmm.
The one fear that is always shaking up Caucasian Americans, Europeans, whatever, is solidarity and community amongst us.
Mm-hmm.
And what I appreciate about the Nike campaign, you can see a semblance, although it's driven by, materialism, of some togetherness. Now, of course, you got the Jason Whitlocks of the world and those type brothers who will fight against what it is that Kaepernick is trying to do. But it's a great feeling to know that there was a brother who stood up for something that he believed in, that he might not even been experiencing himself, but was speaking on behalf of everyone else who's suffering in this country.
Mm-hmm.
And it was sad that as a community, for the most part, we wouldn't stand behind them and continue to not stand behind them.
No, I agree. I agree. We just
Facts.
that goes back to the fact of there used to be a community of men who stood behind each other, and that's been weakened.
Well, now, no one's willing to risk everything now. It's all about the money.
And-
Let's just be real about it. It's all about the money. When you hear these athletes today, or you hear them, it's like, you know what? I got to take care of my family, man. I got to take care of my family.
And it's twofold. I understand that part, Jeff, because, again, you want to take care of your family. They want to take care of their family. When I first decided to boycott the NFL last year, that was my struggle. these young brothers just going to the league, trying to live out their dreams. It's not incumbent on them to go out and make this stance or whatnot. So I struggled with that in the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
But when it was all said and done, what made the final decision was, okay, well, I'm going to do my part and not take part in the advertising dollars, meaning the commercials that came on that first game that I decided I wasn't going to watch, wrote them down, wrote the advertisers, and decided to no longer start watching, and hopefully influence some of the people around me to discontinue watching as well.
Mm-hmm.
So I get the brothers out there, you know, they got to go work, they got to go take care of their family, but I don't think it's necessarily money, because you still got people, you know, brothers sitting next to you, Jeff, that's image-driven, and their image drives their finances also. So a lot of brothers, man, they fight against a lot of different things because we all have a lot of different goals that we're trying to reach. And again, that's no knock on anyone, but for those who want to stand up, I implore to stand. Those who choose not to, for whatever reason that might be, I just ask, don't stand in the way.
It's a good point.
Now, let me see if I heard you right. You said some are image-driven, like I am.
That's again, I've said this to you before, and I hope it's never disrespectful. My perception is that you're an image-driven individual who's concentrating on, say Sinbad's success, not just throwing a name out there. That the true self, the true person who you are, isn't exhibited in a way because of you have to protect your image. And again, that's fine. Cosby protected his image, you know, and that's completely fine. But I'm saying for the brothers who say, like, make it successful while being who they are constantly and standing on it, it might take longer, it might be harder, but I respect that so immensely because you're allowed to be yourself through and through.
Hold up, let me share something with you. As far as the image of who I am, if you spoke to my boys Fat Paul, Peanut, and Boogie, I've always been who I am. I was the first one to get a paper route and work, go around the corner to Mr. Russell and say, can I have a job? I was the first one to walk all the way up to the football field at the high school and say, because all of us played football, I was the only one who decided, hey, I want to be on the football team and I want to try out. And then include my boys to come work at the Holiday Inn, to go down there and learn to cook and opening up clams and oysters. So it's not a thing of my image in my mind is that I wanted to live the life that Lewis Dix wanted to live. Now, I've always wanted to have a family, be a good father, be a decent husband. So I believe that what you see, and you can ask Jeff and them. Now, I think the only thing that I don't do is I don't curse when I'm performing. Now, I don't curse
in life neither, brother.
Now, but I might curse when I'm around my buddies. But other than that, that's the only difference in me as far as image. Well, I am Lewis Dix. And if you go back to when I was born in Philadelphia, that's who I am. So, no, I don't agree with you in the sense that, man, shut up. That
I'm thinking you were saying you want, you know, your thing is you wouldn't take a knee.
Yeah,
no, if I felt,
I'm not asking that brother to take a knee. I wouldn't put that on anyone if it's not in their heart. And again, it's just my perception. I could be 1,000% incorrect, and I'm okay with that. Again, it's just the way I see things. Like if you and Jeff are having a conversation and you have a joke and you say, "Oh, it's a bad joke," and you have to whisper it to Jeff to say it. I'm sitting as a fan and watching, like, why is he whispering to another man to speak? Why can't he speak?
But that's
I
part of
it's because it's protecting the image.
No, that's part of the joke. See, that's what I'm saying. That's part of the joke is that I know Jeff wants to say the curse word. So I whisper to him to say it because I know he wants to say it, and that's part of, even though you can hear me saying it when I whisper it, that's part of the joke because they say you can still hear it.
Okay, well, let's just go ahead and put all this to rest.
Go ahead, I'm sorry.
Let's put all this to rest and just repolish the image. Go on and say pussy.
No, I didn't mean to get off on that tangent.
No. It's for me to say, I don't have to say the P word. When I want to say the P word, I'm going to say it when I want to say it and when I mean it. See, when I'm in the right situation, when I want to say it, I'm going to say it.
I've heard you say it.
I don't need to
Right.
say it right now because other people are saying it.
Right. This
Well,
is
I'm
all
gonna
I'm
stop
saying.
saying
Again,
that.
there's no judgment on you. Maybe it is. I don't know.
Yeah, it is.
Judge,
But
judge that
Okay,
motherfucker.
No, I don't have a problem being judged.
yeah. I believe we should judge each other more because that generally brings about truthful conversation.
I agree.
But I'm just saying from my viewership, and again, 1,000% I could be wrong, and no problem with me being wrong.
Well,
Is
in
that-
this DNA, you was 99.9% accurate.
No, I have an interesting question for you being a father.
Go ahead.
Now, you have a son, or you have two sons, you have a son and daughter.
12-year-old son, 17-year-old daughter.
Okay. Now, have you ever kind of abridged some of the things that you might want to say to your children while educating them in life?
Absolutely. That's why I say I don't fault you, brother. I'm saying I don't curse at all. I'm a
You never
huge
cursed?
hip-hop fan. Yeah, of course when I was younger, but once I had children, I decided, there's a huge thing called vocabulary in which I can find other words to replace those words. And there's no knock, again, on individuals who curse. It's just a choice that I made so that I don't teach my children to start using that language because I didn't want to use it
Okay,
any
but see,
longer.
that's okay. In the sense that you're saying that you curse growing up, you can curse, but you choose to not curse because you want your children to see a certain image.
That's why I identify you. That's why I identify with you. That's why I say I'm not judging you or knocking you because I identify with what it is you're doing. You just take it negative.
Okay.
Like I listen to rap music. I'm a huge hip hop fan. My kids don't even know I listen to rap music. They've never heard me listen to rap music.
Why is that?
I just don't want that influence around them.
Now, see,
I want them to go ahead.
No. I
Hypocrisy, though.
see because Jeff and I used to have this argument when I used to tell him he should not have his son listening because he had 10, 11, he was having his son listening to hip hop.
Who,
and
Julius?
And I made
No,
my
stop
kids.
lying, stop lying.
What age did you?
4 or 5.
Okay, so at 4 or 5, he had his son listening. I used to say, man, he shouldn't
But
be
then
listening
you know,
to that stuff.
okay then. On the flip side of that though, when I took your kids to school,
My kids listened to Disney until you would.
exactly. What y'all want to listen to this
Now,
bullshit?
they
Or
don't
y'all
listen
want
to
to listen to
Disney
this
now.
real shit? And they was like, Uncle Jeff, throw that gangster shit in.
Now, here's the only thing I disagree with that, and I know I've been running long. The only thing that I do differently than yourself, Louis, I don't tell anyone else what to do with their children. This is just what it is I choose to do with my children. Because, I'm from Houston, so we grew up on UGK, Pocket Full of Stones, and stuff like that, and we was actually rock for rock, moving stones. So I know once I got older, there was an influence. Like, we grew up heavy on Spice One, NWA, MC Breed.
Exactly.
Like, we grew up on, street music, so we was actually living that life, and I didn't understand until older that it did have an influence on me. I just didn't know it in my immature state. So once I got a knowledge of myself and what it is I am as a black man and as a king that reside on this planet, I didn't want to make that same mistake, quote unquote, that my mother made with my children. So again, I don't knock any parent who does because, of course, you got people who grew up in a trap house who, probably sitting in Congress right now. So there's no guaranteed right way to parent a child to success. But I hope everyone's doing what they think is good for their children's success.
So you don't curse around your kids at all now?
I'm sorry?
You don't curse around your kids at all now?
I don't curse at all around anyone.
So even your
I just
12-year-old,
don't
you got a
I just don't
12-year-old,
see the point in it.
you got a 12-year-old son,
Yes, sir, and a 17-year-old daughter.
and that motherfucker don't make you curse?
No.
At 12?
I'm a believer that no one makes you angry. You allow someone to make you angry. So I'm able to process what it is that's going on, and I'm measured in my response.
Good for you.
So I don't
Yeah.
generally floss the handle about something that might upset me.
All right, motherfucker.
All right. Well, you know what? I
Motherfuckers
appreciate
vibe.
you. I truly appreciate you every time you call.
A1.
Yeah, I truly appreciate you and I have mad respect for you, and continue to do what you do because you're important. You're
Likewise
important.
to you, brother.
All right,
Hey, man, can I get you to do one thing?
I'm sorry?
Can I get you to do one thing? Give a
Can
shout
I
out.
do the right thing?
Yeah, I said, can I get you to do one thing for me, bro?
What's that?
Give a shout out to them niggas out in Houston for me.
Hey, man, I'll tell all my brothers out here you said what it is.
All right, nigga.
Stop. All right, man. Take care.
Yeah.
Hey.
Yeah.
Cursing versus non-cursing.
Man, how you go through life without cursing? Especially you got a son, 12? That motherfucker don't make you curse.
No, that's called control. He'd rather push love on his son.
You can still push love on
How
your
many
son
curse
with a
words
curse.
are there?
And not many.
How many do you use a day?
Not many. Not many. I'm more or less, as opposed to verbalize, I think things. And coaching kids and knowing, you know,
And they don't make you curse.
You're coaching 6th, 7th, and 8th graders in football. And in basketball, we're coaching, you know, 9th graders and 10th, 11th. You realize that they're still
Stupid.
No, they're still impressionable, and you have to, like we have one kid that's a 7th grader who's really a good player in our football, and he talks and plays a lot. But I know he's a good player. He's really good, but he's around a lot of other non-athletes, and he plays because he's in that private school world, and he giggles with them so he can fit in
Right.
and won't stand out too much.
Right.
And I had to make a conscious decision how I'm going to handle him at practice. The first practice, I kept getting on him. Then I said, you know what? I went home and I said, you know what? I really got to let him be him. Because I know game day he's going to show up.
Right.
And I had to tell him that yesterday. I said, hey, listen, okay, I know, you know, I'm on you, but I'm going to pull back, and I want you to have fun because I know you'll do the right thing come game day. And keep in mind, you're a leader, and they're watching you. So I want you to have fun, and I'm not going to take that away from you. But that's a conscious
Decision.
as a coach, because you really can't take the joy out of it by trying to make him,
And he's around a bunch of non-athletes. And how many,
who are privileged kids.
and how many of consciously have you called them? You know,
No, I give them nicknames.
like what?
Like it's one kid that's pale as I don't know what, and he's
As a glass of milk.
yes, and
What's his nickname?
mud, because every time he falls, he comes up muddy because he's so pale.
Right.
So, but he has no clue what he's doing.
And you've never thought, stupid motherfucker?
No, yeah, because yesterday he was the one that we said line up at the defensive line. He's like, "What's the defensive line?" But I'm like, I can't blame him because I have to realize he just doesn't know.
Yeah.
When you're not taught,
I understand.
I can get upset with you if you've been taught and you're like an 8th grader and you've been in our system for 3 years and you don't know that. But this is his first time.
I get it. Yeah.
And you look at his parents and you realize his parents aren't athletes. So he's taking a really big chance on coming out here
And he
and
might be-
trust you.
Yeah, and he might turn out to be.
No, he will not. He will not.
You can't say that.
No, I'm telling you.
You can't say
I'm
that.
telling you. This kid
Heart and
will
desire.
never be.
You can't know.
The
How old
fact
is the
that
kid?
he's out there,
How old
there's
is
a
the kid?
possibility.
No.
How old is the kid?
He's in 6th grade, so he's like
and
11.
how big is he?
He's frail.
Okay, but he might have the potential to become great.
He has the potential to be a great team manager.
No, he might be a great athlete. You don't know that.
Hey, man.
Yeah. He's
You
out
don't
there.
know that.
Yeah.
Certain things you can see.
No,
You can see,
You
but-
can't.
You
You
can't.
can't.
This kid
I
can't.
started off as that fucked up child.
No.
Left-handed. My parents wishing I was right-handed. Didn't know my left from my right. I turned out to be a phenomenal athlete. Fuck y'all sitting there laughing for?
You still that fucked up child. By that answer.
In my mind, only, I'm the only motherfucker feel that
Oh, my
could have stopped
God.
Jordan back in the day.
My God.
I can't wait for your 30 for 30.
Exactly.
Oh, God. He said he.
Oh, that was a tickler right there.
Man, that was hilarious.
But that kid has that potential.
Yes,
though.
he does. I'm with you on that, Jazzy. I'm
Yes,
with
he
you on that.
does.
Okay. And I'm going to give him the opportunity.
Even you.
I'm going to give him the opportunity.
Even Al Truman said you were a decent basketball player, which we all know you're not. But he gave you credit.
Well, that's
you get
because
out
you're a
there-
phenomenal athlete.
Exactly.
And it's hard. It's hard to see from where you're sitting.
Wow, that was a tickler. You don't say so yourself, Jazzy.
Yeah, I was a phenomenal athlete.
Phenomenal.
Gotta believe it though.
Oh my God.
That'll make you curse right there.
Yes, yeah. I'm sure A was like, Mother. A was he finally made A curse.
Right.
Call back in.
Everybody in the office turned and looked at A like, what?
Did that motherfucker just say that? Yes.
So, yes. So, hey, we just need more of the men to step in and do what A's doing and the
But
other
not
good
cursing?
men out there. No, just being consistent. I have so much respect for consistency. That is one of the toughest things to do in this world, is be consistent
And discipline.
with who you are. And I think, that's one and the same, I believe. Consistency and discipline. Because it takes discipline to be consistent. And own your views and your beliefs. Because the world is so...
Wishy-washy.
Yeah,
And they will laugh at you.
and they want to see if they can break you and change you and make you go down their road and do things like accept somebody being a pedophile.
Mm-hmm.
To make you say, hey, it's okay, they must have a problem.
Right.
Knowing that, no, they're just sick.
Right.
And they need to be removed.
Like the greatest example of that is Muhammad Ali doing his journeys and how they just shunned him. And then at his funeral, it's number of Europeans at his funeral.
Exactly.
Right. Isn't that something?
When you pull up all that
That's it.
footage of him, when he just like about the white people, like, yo, you a white woman.
Yeah, you fixing
You can
fights,
get-
you're doing all this, and we're going to take your livelihood, you can't
Yeah.
your passport, you can't, like,
Can't do anything.
and all Europeans at your funeral.
Wow.
The greatest now.
The greatest.
America's man.
America's man.
Before you was...
You that nigga that didn't want to fight for your country.
Now, that's a heavy burden to bear. It's a heavy burden to bear.
Yeah.
But we don't see that because, we'll check out on you. Ooh. Whoa, I don't know. I can't walk that walk.
And that's what A was saying. Part of how we won't stand there
Right.
and fight the good fight.
Right.
And that's because we know our people in the 60s and the 50s and 40s, they fought the good fight. They had to be united.
Yeah.
They had to be united.
Because it was segregation. You was on this side of the track, so everything you did over here was, it was popping, it was moving. It was on the other side of the track. Ain't no movement over there.
And once we got invited over there,
Know
because
what
they
I'm
knew what
saying?
they were doing.
Before we got invited over there, I'm saying it ain't no movement over there. All the get down, all the good chicken and the fish is on this side of town.
Yeah.
They over there eating toe up pastries.
Tofu and all of that. Yeah.
Dry. It's all dry over there.
Spaghetti with no sauce.
Come on,
Exactly,
man.
man.
All the flavors over here.
Exactly.
And they wanted it.
Wanted it.
How you
They
like
can
your
smell
wings?
it.
Yeah. How you like your wings?
You might keep me from that side of the track, but the smell gonna go across them tracks.
Exactly.
And they said they had to come get
They
it.
had to come get it, and we want the recipe. And
We want the ingredients. We want it all.
Y'all the flavor, man. I'm sorry.
Because
Y'all
we got to
the
figure out,
flavor.
we know who made oatmeal first.
Come on, man. And made it well.
Yeah.
They was putting oatmeal on their house to keep it up.
Exactly.
We was eating it.
We do the bananas and the raisins in this.
So it's all about the flavor, man. The food is free, but the flavor, you got to pay for
You gotta
that.
pay for the cost of that.
And that's been snatched. That's been snatched.
But how do we get it back, though?
I don't think we lost it. I just think we just need to turn on that switch. It's that switch. It's that switch.
But it's like, no unification, though. It's like in Tulsa, Oklahoma, when a Korean guy smacked the black woman when we showed that video. Remember that?
Mm-hmm.
Right. So what did the black men in the neighborhood, because the store is in the black community.
Correct.
So what do the black men do? They said, we're not going to allow you to do that.
Mm-hmm.
So instead of beating your ass, we're going to protest.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to march in front of your store. We're going to shut you down. So what does the Korean guy do? He gets smart.
Mm-hmm.
He's just like, well, I give 50 to 75% off.
Mm-hmm.
And then what happens? All the black women, now they come to the store.
Right.
And the black men are standing out there, and they're like, yo, we here for y'all. And the one sister just goes off.
Mm-hmm.
Motherfucker, this hair is 75% off. I don't need y'all fighting my battles for me.
Right.
You fucking up what I'm trying to do, what I'm trying to accomplish. So I mean, it's just like, where do we, you know?
Well, she'll.
No, it was just not her. It was the whole neighborhood came out of women.
Well, they'll be lonely when they're lonely women. They're lonely women who don't have a man loving them the right way. Because there's no way you'd do that if you did. And the whole thing is about being
to
somebody
Jazzy's
loving you
point
the
is
same
like,
way.
when do you say I'm going to ignore that and I'm going to keep fighting for my women, or when do you ignore the fight and say I'm going to check out on my women?
Yeah.
That's a seesaw battle right there.
Yeah, it is.
When you standing there saying, yo, we here for you all. We protesting you all, what he did to, you know, a black woman.
Right.
We here to shut them down. Now he gets smart and he plays his hand and like, well, I'm giving 50 to 75% off. And then you get a flood of black women coming lining up. Like, well, you know, we just gonna bypass you slapping her.
So that becomes the model of
Yeah.
America, which
So?
is the true cuss word right there.
Hey man, that's where we at. Can we
Really?
read the text out loud?
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's up, Coach? If possible, 150 would help tremendously. We have the other 175 for reconnection fee. We're grinding, man. Luckily,
Wow.
anything will do, man. That's just what we need total to get it back on. Thanks for everything, man.
What the Wi-Fi got cut off?
I don't know what got cut off. That's just you asked me to read the text. That was
They need
the text.
150. Callers. Coach Luke Dix right here. Their team is struggling.
A pillar of the community.
Yes. Outstanding citizen.
He doesn't curse.
Can you send these motherfuckers some shoes?
I mean, you know, and I asked.
Do you feel like that? Like on the real, do you feel like you like B of A to people?
No, like my sister called and asked for something today. She asked for 300 because she said, and that's my older sister. She said, I don't know if I'll be able to pay you back. But it was no question. I was like, okay, there's no question. You know.
So when do you question? Because I know when I call and ask, you like, hey man, I got to drink this soda. Let me holler right back at you.
No,
And I don't hear from you.
come on, man.
So when does it become a question?
It's all right. My thinking is this, and I've always thought this way because somebody said this to me a long time ago. There's 99 ways to make money. So I've never really, and that's probably part of my struggle. I've never really looked at money that way. If I have it and I can give it to you, then I give it to you. But that's why I have a small circle of friends. This particular person, sometimes I feel like I'm being used.
Oh, well, okay, well that, yeah.
You know, because I've known this person for a while, and this person is, you know, is married, you know, a few kids, and, you know, I don't understand why he keeps running into the same thing. I don't get that. I don't get, I've
young?
struggled. No, he's younger than me. But I've struggled, but I know it's certain things. But they all got phones. They all got, you know.
Nice cars.
I mean, it's just, you know, so.
No, I hear you.
You know, you just, you know, I don't know. And I had, this year I had certain goals for myself.
Right.
What I wanted to do.
Financially.
I had certain goals.
Right.
This is what I want to do. This is how, by the end of the season, this is what I want to have.
Right.
This is what I want to be in that position.
Right.
But this kind of stuff doesn't allow me to be in that position. And I keep doing the same thing every year. Like you're saying, okay, I'm going to do this and I'm going to be the... And then when that time comes, I'm not.
You're right.
Yeah.
And this year I said, no, I'm doing this.
Right.
I'm going to do this. I'm going to be at this number by March. And that's the number I'll be at, so I don't have to feel the way I feel when something else comes around.
Right.
And
Are you close to that number?
no, but you know.
Sex changes are expensive.
Ass
Yeah.
down, face.
Caller. Hello?
Is this the Boys and Girls Club?
Wow.
Who is this?
Just answer the question.
This is Bill Cosby Jr.
Man, who is this? Stop playing.
Sweet.
Hey, man.
Hey, what's up, man?
Yo, Lil, man. Is Bill still on the run?
The what?
Is Bill still on the run?
Man, he's not on the run. He's at home.
Yo, man, you gonna have to bear with me, my nigga. You know what I'm saying?
What?
I'm driving through the backwoods right quick. You know what I mean?
Uh-oh.
Be careful. How you doing? How's the family?
Hey, nigga, let me tell you something, nigga. I'm free, nigga. You heard?
Why you say that?
Let me tell you something, Lukey Dookie. Yeah, I went to this ball game, right? Lukey,
Yeah, I'm listening.
I went to the football game last Saturday, right?
Uh-huh.
So I like, yo, everybody like, yo, what's up? What's going on? I'm like, what's going on, man? You see my baby mama and shit? I gotta go talk to her. They like, oh yeah, she right there. I look over into the stands. I'm like, yo, it look like a younger version of me sitting next to her.
Mm.
So I walk up there. I said, yo, man, you know what the key to life is? And I pulled out 2 slave masters and handed it to the bitch. You know what I mean?
Mm.
And I said, this is the purpose of life, nigga. Always giving money to a fraud. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So I said, what's up, bro? Who you related to, homie? And he was like, nah, I ain't related to nobody, dog. I'm with her. I looked at her, looked at him, looked back at her. I said, oh, y'all niggas fucking. You heard me, Luke?
Yeah, I hear you.
So I said, yo, woman, you very disrespectful, you know what I mean? You got a nigga around my children and shit. And you don't tell a nigga, huh? Okay. But you see, Luke, that's what happened. You feel me?
Yeah. Now, why do you think that happened?
Oh, because of that whole period of time when I wasn't fucking with the broad, you know what I mean?
Right.
Now, why do you think she did not tell you about the guy and him being around your kids?
Because, man, Lou, that's how she is, man. You know what I'm saying? She a secretive bitch like that, my nigga. She try to keep everything in her bedroom. You know what I mean?
Right, but do you think she would have been more prone to talk to you about it if you had been more active around the kids?
No. You know what I mean? Because I talked to the homie. So I was like, you know, what's up? What's your name? Where you from? You know what I'm saying? Blah, blah, blah. And he was like, yo, well, you know, I started fucking with her. I met her in, like, fucking December, he said. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So I said, okay, that makes sense. 'Cause I started fucking with her in January. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So at the end of the day, if I was still communicating with her over the period of 5 months or 6 months and I wasn't, she still wouldn't have told me. Because she could get the best of both worlds and she know what type of nigga I am. See what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Okay.
She knows she can still use me to get money. You know what I'm saying? Possibly keep me on the string if she can. And then fuck this nigga and suck his dick on the slide. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And so how are you feeling, man?
How am I feeling?
Yeah, how's your heart? Does it touch your heart or?
Yo, man, you know, when I left the football game, I was like, damn, another nigga smashing my bitch. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And I know how she do, nigga. I know how she do the dick, nigga. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
She take the dick to motherfucking Six Flags, nigga. You know what I'm saying?
Cool.
Mm-hmm.
All the rides.
All the rides. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You have your dick taking pictures with Bugs Bunny and Daffy and shit. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So, but then I thought about it, right?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Later on in the day, I'm like, look here, man. Man, I've been fucking that bitch for over 10 years. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And I had the bitch when she was in her pussy prime. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
She like motherfucking Michael Jordan with the Wizards now, nigga.
Oh,
You know what I mean? She can still give you 20,
Mm-hmm.
but she can't give you 50. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
that
man.
was your first time seeing the guy? Was at the football game?
Yes, sir, man.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
So that was the first live person that you
Interaction.
that you knew was having sex with her, right?
Yes, sir.
You know what I mean?
So, what happens from here on as far as your communication and with the kids and her? How are you going to approach this now?
Oh, man, well, I told her in front of little buddy, man. You know what I'm saying? 'Cause little buddy, he acting all cool and shit. He think he cool Mo D and shit. 'Cause, you know, I guess I put him in an awkward spot. You know what I mean? I guess them niggas ain't think I was going to walk over there. I don't know. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, I told my baby mother, I said, look, man, all that money I give you every week and shit, you can forget about that shit. You know what I mean? You got you a new penis in the house. That pussy that you got come with kids. So he got to pick up on something. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And at the end of the day, I'm not motherfucking putting no food in no goddamn refrigerator. But this nigga to bust a nut and walk downstairs in his drawers and start scrambling eggs and making cereal and all this shit. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So what I'm gonna do is I told her like this. You know what I'm saying? When my kids need something, just holler at me. But me giving you money every week, ain't happening, pimp. And she's, you know how a bitch gonna be. Bitch gonna be all egotistical and shit. You know what I mean?
What was her response?
Okay. Straight like that.
Now, knowing her the way you know her, do you think that relationship is going to last?
Hell yeah. Nigga, my baby mother, nigga, she don't give up on no nigga, dog. You know you know how much hell I put that woman through, Lou?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
10 years worth, I know.
Exactly.
Hey, nigga, I tested that bitch's motherfucking her mind, her body, her spirit, her soul, nigga. I tested motherfucking everything on that girl, her patience, nigga. You feel
All
me?
that.
Now, was there a time when she knew that you were...
And look.
Yes.
And after she calmed down, she still sucked the nigga dick in the shower. You feel me?
Right. But let me ask you, was there a time when she knew that you were having sex with someone else?
Nah, bro. Because I don't put my shit in her face like that. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Because, see, niggas like motherfucking, like, niggas that have a bitch and shit over the crib when they ex-bitch coming over to pick up the rest of her shit. You know what I mean?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? See, I don't do that shit. You know what I mean?
All right, good for you. Well,
Because I still motherfucker. Well, look, I tell you like this. When I cheated on her, you know what I'm saying? She still let me fuck, though, because she got jealous and competitive. You know what I'm saying?
right.
So I could do some shit like that. But I ain't on that level right now. I want to wait patiently until I find a bad bitch. You know what I'm saying? But
All
right
right.
now I got a bunch of motherfucking nickels and shit, and I'm trying to find a dime. You know what I mean?
All right. Well, listen, just make sure you focus on the kids and you use that love. And when you start feeling angry, then get away from the kids so you can calm down. And just make sure you focus on loving them.
Hey, Lou, man, my phone that fucked up.
Why do you say that?
Because you cut me up, nigga. You like, yo, you done? You wrapping me up?
No, I was just making a point. I'm not wrapping you up.
Oh, well, you know, I'm sorry, Lou. You know what I'm saying? All right, brother, I'm going to tell you like this, bro. At the end of the day, man, TDP, what would you do, homie?
I never put myself in that situation, but as long as my son won the game, that was the most important part. But you knew that. Did she knew you was coming to the game?
I don't think she thought I was coming to the game because it was a 9 o'clock in the morning game, and I usually don't wake up until 11:30.
Okay.
You know what you doing, player? No matter what, man, you winning, homie.
Was your son happy to see you?
Oh, hell yeah. You know
Well,
what I'm
then
saying?
you
'Cause
need to make sure that you're
Yeah.
at every game that you can be at.
And with her, man, you winning, homie. You know, she want to see you angry. She want to see you coming out that way, man. You know, keep doing what you're doing.
The
You know, it
best
wasn't no
thing is
violence,
that-
no altercation and all that,
the best
man.
thing is that your son sees you as many games and
Yeah.
loving them, and that he sees that the most important thing from you two is him.
Yeah.
So
Well, you know, it caught me off guard. You know what I'm saying?
So for
Because
sure.
the other games, she wasn't there with no nigga. You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah,
Right.
so
Well,
Then
she
she pop up with the nigga. You know what I'm saying? And then I go over there, and I see he got his baseball hat on my daughter's head and shit. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, okay, you know what I mean? This bitch trying to motherfucker make this nigga a daddy and shit, huh?
Well, that's why you gotta. That's why I was saying way before any of this conversation, when we talk all the time with you, is that it's important that you
said that, Lou,
that you be a presence in their lives, because that way no man can put his baseball cap on her head.
Right.
So
Man,
she
look,
knows.
man.
So she's
Man,
always
look.
wearing your cap.
Look, man, this is how lame she is, though, bro. Right, this bitch about to be 40 in December, right? Right?
Yeah.
Bro, the nigga, he be wearing motherfucking, he be dressing like one of them some syrup-leaning rat niggas and shit, right?
Yeah.
So I'm like, bitch, you about to be motherfucking 40, man, and you fucking with this nigga here who dressed like motherfucking he on his way to his first day of school?
Yeah, but listen, it goes back to you're in control because those are your kids and they know you love them.
Right.
You have to be double time and overtime by spending time with them and making sure that they know that dad loves them, and no matter what this guy does, it'll never penetrate your love.
Right. That's your
Oh,
family.
man, bro, no. I told the nigga, I say, look, bro, I don't know you, bro. So this ain't, trust me, I'm not trying to be your adversary. You know what I mean?
Right.
That girl right there, bro, that's your problem. That's my old problem and your new problem.
Exactly.
For real. And I say that shit right in front of her.
Right.
You feel me?
Right.
Right, but
And I mean that shit, nigga. Like,
right, but your
I love
focus.
fucking, hey, look, I loved fucking that girl, dog. You feel me?
Yeah, but listen to everything you keep talking about. You keep talking about him and her, and not once are you talking about the kids. That's your
What the hell?
focus. That's your focus.
Look,
Stop.
look.
Yes.
I am focused on my kids, dog. I'm just letting you know this is the first encounter.
Right.
I got that. And my thing was, you need
And I'm
to.
trying to tell you, I'm focusing on the kids, nigga. I'm just letting you know that as a motherfucking nigga myself, nigga, I know everything that I know what you about, man. You know what I'm saying?
Right, but what you have to, and this is the toughest part, is the ego. The male ego it really messes with us when it comes to. I went through it when it comes to realizing that your ex is with someone else, doing what she does, and you just have to realize that's the way it's going to be.
It's the nature of the beast.
And you just have to focus overtime on your babies and your kid and give her time. Say, hey, listen, I'll take the kids. Go ahead, go have fun with them. This is the time that you can get more time with the kids when you're available because she wants to go play with him. Let her do it.
Oh, yeah, man. I already feel where you coming from.
Oh, Poetess is hitting you.
Really? Really? Really?
Yeah, you feeling, and it's okay. And you know what? It's okay.
The song you just heard is not approved by In a Man's World.
Yeah, and it's okay to go through this. It's natural because, and it's okay. Just go through it though. Don't shortchange yourself. Go through it, but focus on those kids and planting yourself strong.
Look, I'm not dying from AIDS, dog. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but your heart is hurting right now.
Yeah.
Lou, bruh, my heart is not hurting. My ego, okay, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Because you're talking about, my baby mother fucking a nigga in the same bed that I fucked in with my kids in the next room. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I understand that part. And it kind of turns me on and shit, because, I like competition. You know what I mean?
Okay, all right, we're going to hang up now. Listen, man. Yeah, I feel you. I feel you.
I like for a girl to go fuck another nigga and then come back and see me. You know what I mean?
All right, man. Listen, have a great
But
weekend.
Look, I ain't done, nigga. Let me wrap myself up, nigga.
Well, hurry
You
up.
feel me? But what I'm saying is, at the end of the day, Lou, it's all good, bro. I've had over 10 years of that pussy, man. I done fucked her in the ass, the mouth. I came in the face, nigga. I came in the
listen,
hand.
again, your ego has you focusing on her. Goodbye. Hey, bye. Take. I don't need to hear another man talking about doing it and on the face.
And Lou,
What?
one last thing.
Yes.
If I see him again, or when I see him again at the game, I'm gonna say what's happening, pimp, and holler at my daughter. And handle my business, nigga. You
Right.
feel me?
And another thing you could do is say, hey man, here's my number in case anything happens and you need me to come get the kids.
Nah, man, I
Okay.
ain't doing all that shit.
All right, later.
All right, nigga. Hey,
All right.
TDP, man, I'm out of here. All right, Jordan.
All right, money. Be safe on them roads, yo.
I think they should have a fuck off at halftime,
Yes.
right there on the 50-yard line.
Nah, he just going through the pain right now. That's all, man.
His ego.
Yeah, she was
First
someone else.
encounter.
Yeah, and she flaunting and shit right now, but he got to like brush that shit off his shoulder.
I
though.
remember one time when I went into the house after I left the house,
And you caught me coming out. I do.
and
remember
we had a rock,
I remember that.
Sydney's rock. It was our daughter that passed, her rock, and leaning on the rock was a picture of my kid's mom and some dude.
Leaning on the rock?
Well, the picture was leaning on the rock,
Oh, okay.
and on the back of it said, "Hey, I love you. I'm glad we're back together."
You was like,
And I was
did you curse?
no. Only thing I was bothered by was that she put it on the rock. You could have put it anywhere else.
Right.
So I threw it on the floor.
Wow. You disrespected my picture like that?
I threw it on the floor.
You a vindictive motherfucker.
But she by herself now. So.
Think that shit, you just.
But I know my man's feeling. He's going through it.
Oh, we all been through that pain, yo. We all been through that.
Because he know, and that's the thing. He know.
That motherfucker.
He know what she doing to him. He know.
Yeah, how she's
He know.
sucking that nigga.
He
yeah,
know
fucking that
what
nigga.
she's doing. And they put extra on it.
Yeah.
When
Lifting that leg up, putting
when
that
she
thigh
went,
on it.
that
like,
that night after the game, she was putting it
on that motherfucker.
She was, but
That was that Mobile Blues moment. When Denzel called Cinda Williams, Wesley was tearing that shit up, and she was just like cutting it off, and Wesley was like, "No, let that play." And he was like, "Hey, baby."
hey, I'm Louis Dix.
TDP.
Jeff Arnold.
And what's the name of the show?
In a Man's World. Tighten up your belts.
We have about 9 minutes left. When
We got planned for this weekend.
we have a game on Saturday, and parent meeting on Saturday morning, and we have a
Y'all have y'all don't have breakfast no more or anything?
we have a parent meeting where parents come hear why their sons won't play.
Wow. Now you gonna be honest with them?
No, that's not my job. Caller, it's the head of the program's job. Hello?
Yo, what's happening?
What's up? Who's this?
It's Jeremy from the DMV.
What up, Jeremy?
DMV. How you doing, man?
Good, man. How y'all fellas doing?
Good. We hanging in there. How's your peoples?
Hey, everybody good on this side of the world, man.
Hey, Jeremy.
How's your new girlfriend?
Great, man. Great. We just came back from a little vacation this past Labor Day week.
She got a key yet?
No, she doesn't have a key yet.
What you waiting on?
Man, we're gonna put a little time on that first.
Now, wait. You guys spent the weekend together?
Yes.
No arguments?
No, we don't get into. Actually, the weekend before, I went up with her to her. They had a family gathering up in the Bronx, New York. Yeah. So past the weekend we've been on the road, but no, I don't get into the argument.
You been putting it down?
Good for you.
You been putting it down on her?
Come on, man.
Now, how
I'm the monkey snatcher, man.
that was the first time a couple weeks ago? Was that the first time you met her parents?
Hilarious.
No, I actually met her parents back in June, I believe, because they live in Trinidad, so they came up.
Oh, that's right.
For like 2 weeks.
Tobagos.
And I met them, but this was more so her aunts and uncles and cousins that are up in the.
Did they like you?
Yeah, everybody was nice. Good time. It was just a family gathering.
One of them
A lot
did.
of food.
Oh, okay. So what else is happening?
One of them relatives didn't like you.
Say what?
One of them relatives didn't like you.
Well, one of her cousins kept calling me her fiance, so I don't know. What that was.
Wow. There you go.
Oh, wow.
You gonna hit?
Do what now?
I said you gonna hit?
Nah, man, I don't get into
You don't
that.
do that.
That's one thing I do not do. I don't.
New age
get
ass
with family
lovers
members.
and shit.
I found out Code 3 sister don't like me.
Cause she wanna fuck
You been knew that.
All right, that's true.
That's just because she wanna.
So,
she wanna get at you.
what's up, D? How's everything?
Jeremy.
Jeremy.
DMV.
DMV,
I know
man.
DMV. I just.
Come on.
I wasn't correcting you. I was just saying his name. That's all.
What's up? How you doing, Jeremy?
Man, good, man. Just listening to Willie, man, he sound like he hurt, bro.
Hey, thank you.
He's not hurt. It's his ego.
Ego, man.
Yeah, but one thing that my father always told me, and this is one thing I always live by when I deal with women, is I don't get into the next man or the current man or the past man. I don't have conversations about who you were with. Nah.
As you
Moved
shouldn't.
on, moved on.
So you could feel the hurt in his voice.
Oh yeah, well definitely because he spent more time talking about dude than he did about the kids.
Thank you.
Which is fine. It's fine. We all been there, but that's just something. I guess in the man's world we can open up and do that for the men. That's
Yeah,
what
but
do
we
with
just
our
can't
homeboys.
talk about putting it on people's faces and all that. Hey, did I tell you
Well,
stop
that's
running in
all.
and out of here?
That's a whole other
Ooh.
discussion.
See, straight gave you a feeling, though. Well, he also said dude was short, too, so that was the thing. He was like...
We measure another man. But women do the same
As long as the
thing.
motherfucker don't look better than me, his body and all that, yeah, so you go through that bullshit.
So what's up for the weekend, man, for you?
Oh man, I'm resting, man. I had a busy week at work. It's a hot, busy week. So,
You ain't kicking it with your girl this weekend?
Yeah, hang out. I'm gonna watch football all weekend. That's what I definitely gonna do tomorrow.
Now, how
College football,
often, how much time do you spend with her?
Not enough.
Yeah, maybe in a 7-day week, we'll probably spend in 4 days, maybe 5 days. Depends on the week.
Damn.
School's back in, so she's back teaching. So it's just whenever,
So you really like her? Do you love her yet?
No, I don't love her yet, but I can get there. I can see myself getting there.
So
It's funny because you can, when you date people, I don't know if you guys have ever experienced it, but you can tell when a person is closed off with their heart versus somebody who's not.
Now, is she closed off?
No, she's not.
Mm-hmm. How about you?
But I experienced that in my last relationship. I could tell that my ex's heart wasn't really open for all that.
Now, are you closed off?
No, because I can kind of feel myself opening up more emotionally. So
Now, what?
What are you, a flower? Nigga?
No, I just wanted to know what.
Flamingo and shit.
What
You a
tells
peacock, bro?
What tells you that you?
Here go Dr. Lou right now.
What are some of the signs that make you know that you're opening up?
Stop. Dollar. Go away.
like I can think I can spend more time. Like, sometimes you can be around people, but then you need your space.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes I feel like I don't necessarily, even though I do like my own personal time and personal space, I don't feel like I can get tired of being around.
Not yet. It's still new. How long has it been? Is it under a year?
It's been 9 months since we've been.
Yeah, it's just still new. Yeah.
Okay. But that's a good sign, though.
That shit's still new.
Wait till she fart.
Yeah, nigga.
Say about that.
Hysterical.
That's stupid. Wait till she farts. Have you heard of?
damn!
Have you?
I know that came out of you, god damn.
This is over.
You can't sleep here no more. Damn.
Now, that's a good question. Now, you guys spend the night, right?
Right.
How do you still have your side of the bed?
Oh yeah.
Or do you?
Right.
Or you give up?
Now,
you gave up your side.
Because that's interesting. That is an important thing to learn how to sleep with the person.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Yeah.
are you guys in a good place with that?
Yeah.
So you can cuddle and hold all night.
Not all night.
No, because I think you start off cuddling, and then you break off into your
Yeah,
sleep.
till your arm fall asleep.
Yeah, you
Really?
break off. Yeah, you might cuddle. You start off cuddling, but then you break off. So
To the
you can
fetus
sleep.
position.
Yeah, so you can sleep.
Really?
Yeah, you don't
I
cuddle
can
off.
lay on one shoulder.
I
all
never
night.
did
Like,
that.
get-
I just
Yeah,
bust
that's
my
all
shit and I just like, all right, good night, and just turn over.
Yeah, you cuddle and then you know.
But you're a supreme athlete. So
Yeah,
you don't have
phenomenal athlete.
Yeah,
Phenomenal athlete.
you don't do what regular dudes do.
Yeah.
yeah, that GD John, he ain't got no love.
Do you?
GD John.
Is she a heavy sleeper or a light sleeper?
But do she snore?
She kind of both, because sometimes, she kind of both.
Does she snore?
A little bit.
Yeah, see, that's it. No.
Now you've spent the night at her place, right?
Right.
So do you notice that she's more awake at your place or her place? That she sleeps lighter?
I never paid attention to that. because she falls asleep anywhere. Like, if she's around me, we'll be watching TV, she falls asleep.
Now, she a hard sleeper?
Nah, 'cause she'll wake up once I kind of nudge her, but she's not that hard of a sleeper. But I know that she'll just fall asleep on the couch at my house, her house.
So when you in her house, and she falls asleep, like, do you go through her shit?
Nah, man, I ain't got time for all that, man. I'm watching TV.
Now, because that's another thing.
Simp ass nigga.
Whenever you spend time at a girl's house, the first thing is you got to learn that remote control.
Yeah, I'm with the
But
remote.
in her
I'm watching-
dresser drawers, she don't have no, like, money and shit? You don't be, like, searching for that?
I don't get into digging people's stuff because I don't want nobody ever digging in my stuff.
Now,
So I
do
don't
you,
even-
both of you guys have the
Sucker
same
Sucker for love
cable
ass
provider?
niggas, man.
Same who?
Cable provider.
This nigga talking about cable.
I never thought I would hear that in this show.
No, because you got to figure out if she has a different cable provider, you got to figure out the remotes.
This
Nah,
as opposed
nah.
to AT&T and Comcast.
Right.
Yeah, it's different, yeah.
Yeah. No, I got internet TV, so I usually watch a lot of apps.
So when you at her crib, do you get up and go to her refrigerator at night?
Oh, yeah. I'm going to do that.
Oh, okay.
Do you use a coaster?
Are you allowed? No,
Yeah, at
seriously.
my house.
Right,
At my
are you-
house, we do.
Okay.
But,
Now, are
know,
you
Oh, with it, are you just gangster with it? You just no coaster?
now?
I just sit there on the floor, no napkin.
Right,
Now, are
right.
you
right.
allowed when you at her house or when you in your bedroom? Are you allowed to eat in your bedroom?
Am I about to do what now?
To eat in your bedroom? Because some people don't allow that.
I never eaten, but I wouldn't eat in the bedroom because I don't like nobody eating in my bedroom. So.
So you don't eat, you don't snack or anything in your bedroom?
Man said no.
Nah, because I don't have a TV in my room. I just keep a TV in the living room. We both have TVs in the living room, so.
Oh man, what kind of?
That room is for sleep.
Now, do you like her place?
Yeah, it's cool. It's nice. It's clean.
Is it better than yours?
It's not the same.
Good. Well, I'm glad you're happy
But
with it.
but she did just bring a dog back that she got from her ex, so now we got a new dog.
Oh, see, now you got to deal with that shit. Dog be
That
jumping
dog
in.
probably
go.
that dog probably got a camera.
Nah, hey, that dog, as soon as I got over there, what was that, Wednesday, that dog would not get out of my lap.
See?
Oh, because the owner, the ex told her to hold it down and sit on your lap so your joint won't get loose.
It's a little female dog, too, so it's funny.
Yeah. So all right, man. Look, Jeremy, thanks for the call. We can ready to get out of here.
DMV.
And appreciate you listening, man. Have a good, safe weekend.
Y'all do.
All right, bro. All right, so again, we send our peace to the heart of Poetess. And when is your dad having a service?
This is ridiculous. Oh.
Yes, we are planning his services now.
And is it going to be down here?
There's going to be one here in L.A. and one in Fresno where our family is.
Okay. And how's your mom doing?
She's doing fine. I think everybody's worried about me, and I'm okay.
Because you were the closest one to him?
Yes.
Okay.
And I think that's why I'm okay, is because I was close to my dad, and we had a very good relationship. I have no regrets. I was here when he needed me the most, and I think that that's what keeps me comforted.
Did he leave you a microphone or something?
He built this studio.
Yeah.
He, the first time I opened a mic at 5 years old was with him. So he's left a lot in me, and I have a lot more to carry on in his name.
What makes you smile when you think about him?
My dad had a really dry sense of humor, and so he was, although he was, humble and really kind of a quiet, shy man, he was funny.
Do you remember? Do you have any? You remember anything that he told you that you'll never forget?
That I've mastered the art of being an asshole. That was something recently he told.
That's what he told you? Good for you. All right.
Thanks, Dad.
Well, we send prayers to you. And again, for those, your secret society, that was a beautiful thing they sent you.
Yeah, shout out to, the reason why I don't want to give one or two names because it was a group effort and I don't want to forget any names out of that group, but they know who they are. I thank them personally already. But and I'm going to post the picture of the beautiful gift they sent me. It was just really beautiful and thoughtful. So thanks to you guys. We got the best fans and supporters in the world. Shout out to everybody in the chat room. Shout out to Brooklyn Deli.
Brooklyn Deli.
Brooklyn Deli all day.
And,
Thank you.
Yeah, so I'll keep everybody posted because, I mean, people are blowing my phone up, like, when's the service? Stevie Wonder called me. That was cool. He texted me. I was like, who is this? Like, who thinks Stevie knew how to... Well,
hilarious. He texts by Braille.
And Anthony Anderson also hit me up, and then I took the opportunity to hit him up about coming on you guys' show. So
no, that ain't going to happen, but all right.
Yeah.
We don't want him on our show.
Yeah, rest in peace.
All right. Thanks a lot. We're out, guys. Take care.
Something delicious and amazing to eat? Brooklyn Deli and Mini Market has just what you need to fill that appetite. Come on in. Try our signature hot and cold sandwiches made with Boar's Head quality meats, as well as our salads, smoothies, and special vegan items. Brooklyn Deli and Mini Market also offers premium catering for any event. Give us a call at 347-981-8408. We're a family-owned business located in the heart of Leimert Park community. 4308 Crenshaw Boulevard in Los Angeles. Follow us on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter at Brooklyn Deli 14. And look us up on Yelp. See why we're rated 5 stars. Brooklyn Deli and Mini Market, where quality food meets excellent service.